Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Naraki and I'm going to be your professor for Calculus 1. I'm a full-time professor in the math department at Albright College and I teach calculus and all math courses at the undergraduate level. Now the purpose of this video is to give you a brief introduction to how the course is organized and what exactly is calculus. So let's start out with the course organization. So here's the Moodle site for the course. First of all, you would start here. So this will give you an outline of what to do when you first log on to the course. We have our course syllabus, so you'll want to take a look at that. This is the course calendar. Click on this and a Google-like calendar will come up with due dates for assignments and when the exams are to be held. This is a little video introduction for WebWork. WebWork is the homework software that you'll be using. This is some additional help on how to post solutions for WebWork. And this is the WebWork website itself. So when you click on this, you'll come to the WebWork website, which will look something like this after you log on, and you'll see all of your homework sets listed here for the course. We have some additional information here if you need an Adobe Reader to download. This is the Albright Student Support Services information. Online course agreement. So this is a little quiz that you'll take, sort of like a course agreement. And this is a little introduce yourself posting that you're required to do, just to introduce yourself to the class. Down here we have the communications section. So you'll look for daily announcements here that are posted. You can also post questions to the question forum. And this is the Zoom video conference link. This is what you'll click on for our video conferencing. It's very much like Skype, but it's called Zoom. Now down here we have the beginning of the actual course material. We have our student outcomes listed here for this module. This is a PDF. The very first PDF you'll see here is a PDF for all of the course notes that are used in the videos. So you can download these, print them out, and then follow along with the videos and take notes as needed. You'll notice right here then, after you watch these videos, it's recommended that you do WebWork homework set number 1. Here are some more notes, and then the videos corresponding to those notes, and then you can do WebWork homework set number 2. And then the course continues in that manner. So here we have our next module, Limits and Continuity, Student Outcomes, Course Notes, Videos, and then you can do a WebWork homework set. More videos and another WebWork homework set. And then the course continues in that manner. Now you notice we also have listed here when the exams will be. So our first exam will be at the conclusion of the first 2 modules. This is an exam review. Make sure you take a look at that before the exam. The exam will be administered on Moodle, or I'm sorry, on WebWork, just as the homework sets are. And the course continues in this manner. Module 2 is about differentiation. At the end of Module 2, we have another exam. Module 3, Applications of Differentiation. Our third exam. And then Module 4 is Integration and the Fundamental Theorem of Calculus. And then we have a final exam, which is going to be cumulative, so it'll include everything in the course, along with what was covered in Module 4. Now let's talk about what is calculus. What are we going to cover in this course? Well, calculus is all about the study of rates of change. So if we consider the graph of some function, So here I just have an arbitrary graph of a function. And consider a point down here, right there on the x-axis. Suppose we move over a little distance to this point on the x-axis. Well, you notice that the y values do not change very much. Now, if you consider a point over here on the x-axis, as we move a similar distance over here, you'll notice that the y values, our function values, change a lot. So over here we say that we have a much larger instantaneous rate of change for our function than over here. Now the study of differential calculus is all about quantifying that notion of rate of change. How do we measure it? How can we precisely determine the rate of change of the function over here versus over here? And that's exactly what the derivative is going to do for us. So if we take a function represented by this blue curve and we differentiate it, we're going to get another function, and that function is going to measure the instantaneous rate of change for the original function. That's what differential calculus is all about. Now we're also going to study integral calculus, and integral calculus you can think of initially as measuring area underneath the graph of a function. So if we consider the same function here, and I'll just mark off 2 points here on the x-axis, a and b, when we study integration, that's going to determine the area underneath the graph of a curve. And it's rather amazing that the area underneath the graph of a curve we can evaluate by looking at the exact opposite of the derivative of the function, and we call that an antiderivative. So it's going to be a rather amazing result, we'll see, that we can find this area underneath the graph of this function f of x by finding the antiderivative for this function, that is a function capital F whose derivative is little f, and all we have to do is evaluate capital F of b minus capital F of a. So anyway, integral calculus is going to be all about the study of antiderivatives, and antiderivatives can be used to measure area underneath the graphs of functions. And there's all types of good reasons why we want to do that in many fields of science, physics, engineering, chemistry. Very good reasons why we want to study area underneath graphs of functions, and also derivatives, which measure the rate of change of functions. So that's a little introduction to what we're going to be covering in this course. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email, and remember to go back to the Moodle website and take a look at that Start Here document.